The concept of death row is one of the most controversial aspects of the criminal justice system. For those facing execution, it represents the final days of their life, and for the loved ones of the victims, it can bring a sense of closure. Billy Wayne Cobble, a Vietnam veteran and electrician, spent nearly 30 years on death row before being executed on February 28, 2019 for killing his wife's parents and brother, as well as kidnapping her at gunpoint. As the clock ticked closer to his execution, he accepted responsibility for his actions, feeling regret for the lives he took. Cobble expressed remorse for the first person he killed in Vietnam and acknowledged the complex nature of human emotions. Despite claiming to have taken 3 lives, he couldn't go back in time to change what he had done, becoming the oldest inmate executed in Texas since the state resumed carrying out capital punishment in 1982. Scott Dozier, a methamphetamine manufacturer, was convicted for the brutal slaying of Jeremiah Miller in April 2002. Dozier was found guilty of luring Miller under the guise of helping him buy ephedrine, an essential ingredient in the drug's production, only to kill him, dismember him, and discard his remains in a suitcase. His trial also connected him to another murder from July of 2001. Dozier was sentenced to death by the Nevada Supreme Court in 2007. However, his execution was delayed due to legal challenges against the use of drugs by pharmaceutical companies in executions. Finally, on January 5, 2019, Dozier was found lifeless in his prison cell, having hanged himself with a bedsheet. In an interview 2 days before his scheduled execution, Dozier expressed his acceptance of the impending death penalty. However, he questioned the use of lethal injection as a means of execution, calling it brutal and inhumane. He raised his concern with his mother and his interviewer, expressing that he believed it was wrong, despite knowing he was going to face it. Dozier's mental state had deteriorated due to his long confinement and lack of contact with the outside world, leading to his eventual suicide. Even as he awaited his execution, he questioned the bigger picture and the morality of the system that was taking his life. John Wayne Gacy's life story is as chilling as his gruesome crimes. Born in 1942, he endured physical abuse from his alcoholic father, but managed to build a life for himself by starting a business and getting married. However, Gacy's dark tendencies were always lurking beneath the surface, and he began preying on young teenage boys in the 1970s, subjecting them to unspeakable horrors. Gacy's reign of terror lasted for years until his eventual capture in 1978, when law enforcement officials discovered the shocking truth about the man they called the Killer Clown. Despite pleading not guilty by reason of insanity, the evidence against Gacy was overwhelming, and he was convicted of 33 counts of murder, the highest number ever recorded in U.S. history. Gacy's double life as a respected member of his community and a sadistic killer has captivated the public imagination for decades. His lurid crimes and the gruesome details of his killings have been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and movies, making him one of the most infamous criminals in American history. Gacy told his story in an interview. He claimed he was too busy to go to the police station, but police had him under surveillance due to a confession. They followed him for 9 hours before discovering the remains of 28 boys buried under his garage. Gacy was arrested on December 22, 1978. As the hours ticked down, death row inmates face the stark reality that their time on this earth is about to come to an end. The anxiety, fear, and uncertainty they feel cannot be adequately expressed in words. With only 2 days left before their execution, they're left with the daunting task of making peace with themselves and those around them. So this brings us to the end of our video. Hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you did, please consider pressing the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Check out some of our other videos on your screen that you see right now. And with that, we'll see you again next time.